So I think this might be a cool perspective to actually make a monkey fist. So we have some 3/8 inch Kevlar rope here, and I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through how to make one of these. So basically, I'm 6'5" and my wingspan is 6'5", 6'5" inches. So there's 6'5" inches, 6'5" inches. So we're at 13 feet. 6'5" inches, and then I just go to half. So you're sitting at about somewhere roughly around 15 feet of rope. So then from here, I put a fid on the end of this. It just makes life a lot easier. Fids make life a lot easier when doing this stuff. So now that I have 15 feet, I don't want to cut this off of this big spool that I've got. If I cut it off, then I'm gonna be wasting material, and I don't like to waste material. So basically what I'm gonna do is you put it in your hand, just like such. You wrap it around. You can see once on your side, there's 2 on my side. Now I go 2 on that side, 3 on this side, 3 on that side, 4 on this side, 4 on that side, 5 on this side, and then 4. You really want to make sure that you've got 5 in the back and 5 in the front. And then basically what I do is I flip it over into my pinky finger here. Before I go any further, I like to do something. There's a particular reason that I'm doing this with this one, is I actually like to take, this is actually one of those wool balls, and then this is just an eye loop screw. They both work really well. So at this point, I like to stick the ball, if you go in from the inside of your hand, I like to stick the ball inside here. Make sure you don't lose all your stuff. And once I stick the ball inside, this is where it gets a little bit different than other people's. I like to take the length of my rope and stick it through that eye loop. For this one in particular, we're not making poi, we're actually making the ends of a staff. You don't do this if you're actually making poi, because you want that little eye loop to be out. So I've stuck it through the eye loop. I'm going through. And then we're just going to go the other direction. One, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. You take this. See how we've gone up, like we've made a cross so far. And now we're going to stick this through the hole. You see? Pull that through. And then you go through the bottom and do the same. We'll switch this to this side. And then you do that 5 times. And this tends to happen to me sometimes, where I've made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in the last one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So that's not enough, but we ran out of rope. So basically what you start to do now is you start to tighten it down. And usually this makes it really easy to tighten it down when you go in from your lead rope where it all started, and then you just start to push it like this and tighten it. And you want them all to be about even. It's really about having a lot of balance to make these monkey fists really nice and proper. So when they're balanced perfectly, you'll notice that's where you get your really nice wraps, the really pretty ones that don't look like they have any weird foibles or anything. It's because when you're wrapping them, you make sure that you wrap it all consistently, but you want to make sure that you leave it still a little bit loose. Don't make it too tight. You want to just tighten this a bunch of different times, and every time you tighten it, it's going to get better. See, now that we've gotten 5 and 5, we're going to start tightening the other direction. So where we have this one coming through, this is our end. I'll unwrap this now because we don't need this fit any longer. Pull this fit off. And take this one, pull it through until it comes right to the base. You want to leave a little bit sticking out at the moment. That'll just let you know where it starts. And then you start, what I like to do actually that makes it really good and strong, makes this it's going to make it a really good monkey wrap, is to, where you get the balance, is you go back through and you look at like the angles. If you look at this one, it looks like it's a little bit off here. Looks like that one's tighter than the rest. You've got, if you actually look at it from this direction, it's wider this direction than it is this direction. So what I like to do is I like to actually take it and look for all those little things that make it not round and like squish it. Now you look, see, it's about the same roundness now. And you go back, and now this is your lead. You're going to go back the other direction once again. You make it just a little bit tighter. So every time you do this, you got to make it a little tighter each time. This won't be the last time that we tighten this, of course. We're going to have a few more. But then this is where I like to take this fid now and use it to pull. once you get to just about the very end, you're going to take some regular Elmer's glue wall, Elmer's, and you go back into those spots and you stick glue in there when you push it back down in. Basically open it up with the fid, stick glue in there, and then push it back in. The reason why this thing has such perfect white is actually because when we went through here with the screw, we actually go, the very tip here has the screw with the eyelet underneath here, and then it comes through directly across. If you actually look, it's perfectly right there. So that's what gives it this perfect twisting ability. The reason we made these ones like this is because this is going to go on the end of a staff. So this gets drilled in, and then another screw gets drilled in through this portion, goes straight through, and it keeps it all locked in place. It's basically how to tie a monkey fist. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Look forward to seeing you on the flip side.